Good day, everyone. Our report is all about decision making, decision support system, and communication. To begin with, let us define decision making. Decision making is the process of making choices by identifying decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolution. Using a step-by-step decision-making process can help you more deliberate, thoughtful decision by organizing relevant information and defining alternatives. So, it is also an act choosing between two or more courses of action. In wider process of problem solving, decision-making involves choosing between possible solutions to a problem. So, there are many important aspects in making decision. The first one is the selection of best alternative. Decision making has an important role in choosing the best course of action. So, in selecting the best action, it involves proper analysis of situation to properly analyze all aspects and choose appropriate actions. So the second one is ensures continuity of the business. Every business required to take different decisions for the successful operation of its business. Taking right decision is important for the business because it can help every business in some situation, especially the competition. So the next one is the fuller utilization of resources. In this, through efficient decision-making, managers are able to take corrective action regarding using the following resources, like men, money, methods, materials, market, and information. So, every organization operates to achieve a certain goal. So that every organization, proper framing and plans is a must. Proper decision making for the proper implementation of plans and policy. Proper decision making also helps of achievement goals and objectives. Using decision-making process helps the manager in properly analyzing the situation and selecting the most appropriate actions. Proper decision-making also facilitates innovation. It can bring new product, new processes, and new ideas in every organization. It also helps in business growth and development, as well as improving the productivity and efficiency of the business. So the last one is evaluate the managerial performance. In every organization, evaluation of managerial performance as well as its employee to guide them in the development of organization or business. If they can choose the best decision or improve it for the better solution or action. So with all these aspects, proper decision making is one of the key for the growth and development as well as the success of every organization and business. So there are 7 steps to have effective decision making. The first one is identifying the decision. In this step is very important because you can realize that you need to make a decision. Try to clearly define the nature of the decision you must make. The other one is collect some pertinent information before you make your decision. What information is needed, the best sources of information, and paano po ba natin makukuha yung solution, all alternatives. The other one is identifying the alternatives. You can identify several possible paths or action or alternatives. You can use your imagination to construct new alternatives. Dito din po pwede tayong maglista ng mga alternatives, pwede nating isa-isahin para makam up po natin yung best solution. After you identify the alternative, you may evaluate if these alternatives would be met or resolved. Then place the alternatives in a priority in order base upon your value system. So once you weighed all the evidence, the next step you are ready to select the alternative that seems to be the best one for you. So uh, take the next one is taking action. So in this step, you are now ready to take some positive action by beginning to implement the alternative you choose in step number 5. The last one is review your decision and its consequences. So in this step, consider the result of your decision and evaluate whether or not it has resolved the need you are identified. So kung hindi po natin na-meet ang need, pwede po nating iulitin yung step para po mag-come up tayo sa best decision making or sa solution. So, decision-making and information system. Decision-making is one of the essential management tasks. Even decision-making, effective decision-making is informed decision-making. Managers get informed via information system, oral communication, and possibly in other ways. The role of Management Information System or MIS in decision-making is to generate data that is useful to management as they consider strategy, staffing, teams, marketing, and more. So proper decision-making relies on accurate data, information, and an awareness of all of the options available, which Management Information System help to provide. So, decision-making and management. A big part of management is decision-making. So, dito po nakapaloob yung lahat ng ginagawa ng manager. Managerial tasks like includes planning, organizing, staffing, delegating, or directing, coordinating or controlling, reporting, and budgeting, or the acronym POST-DECORB. The next one is decision making is about making choice. So a decision maker needs have two or more choices or options and then choose or select one of those that makes the decision. So you need to evaluate the decision to know if you make the best decision or choice. Any decision is made for a purpose. When manager faces some problem, sa every organization po, ang manager po ay hindi mawawala ng problema. So, dapat po, he or she concentrates on it in order to find the best solution. So, dito po nakakaroon ng decision-making process. Decision-making process are data-intensive. A manager may need various reports, business documents, analysis, and direct communication in order to get prepared for the effective decisions. So, information system to support decision making. So, in its operational form, programmable decision with specific inputs and outputs. TPS or transaction processing system is being used. In tactical forms naman po, use variety of data from different sources. Emphasis on exception reporting. So MIS or Management Information System is used. In strategic form naman, varied information needs sometimes difficult to predict. So MIS and EIS or Executive Information System is used. So the next report, Ms. Olarte will present the rest of our report. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Alice Olarte, and I will be continuing the report of Ms. Sibal about decision-making, decision support system, and communication. Decision support systems, or DSS, or interactive software-based systems, intended to help managers in decision making by accessing large volumes of information generated from various related information systems involved in organizational business processes such as office automation system, transaction processing system, etc. So under this system, decision makers compile um, various information from raw data, documents, personal knowledge, and or business models to help them identify problems, uh, and come up with decisions. Let us take note that decision support systems that does not necessarily give the decision itself, but it only aids the decision makers in weighing things and coming up with a good decision for their organizations. So there are typical information being used by the decision support system. And to name a few, we have the target or projected revenue, the sales figures or sales figures based from different time periods, and other inventory or operations related data. So of another example is the office automation system, particularly in the hiring process. So nowadays, some large companies make use of automated hiring tools uh, that can help them read through applications at an amazing speed. So by just searching for a specific keyword, they can quickly they can quickly identify the best of candidates from thousands of applications. So that is one good example of decision support system. There are two types of decision. The first one is the program decision, program decisions, and the second one is the non-program decisions. The program decisions are basically automated processes, generally routine work, where the decisions have been taken several times. So under the program decisions, uh, it involves decisions that managers have made several times. So this involves um, problems that are generally routinary or repetitive in nature. For an instance, purchasing office supplies by looking at the inventory, which is somehow what is being done repetitively in a certain office or organization. The second one is the non-program decisions, which occur in an unusual and non-addressed situation, so it would be a new decision. There will not be any rules to follow. So under this, the decisions are taken in unstructured situations, which occurs in an exceptional manner. So managers make use of their skills in judgment under the non-program decisions. So decision support systems generally involve the non-program decisions, and as mentioned, under the non-program decisions, um, there are there are no exact reports because there is no exact format in using this system. So reports are generated on the fly. Using a decision support system, the DSS can be employed by operations management and other planning departments in an organization to compile information and data and to synthesize it into actionable intelligence. In fact, these systems are primarily used by mid to upper level management. So, for example, a DSS may be used to project a company's revenue for the next 6 months. So, utilizing due to the large number of factors that surround the projected revenue, this could not be done by a straightforward manual calculation. So the DSS could help the managers by integrating all the multiple variables to generate outcome and to generate an outcome. Next, there are several attributes of a DSS. The first one is adaptability and flexibility. So under this attribute, a good DSS must have the quality of being easily adaptable among the users so that they can easily change or add or delete and make necessary changes to allow maximum utilization. The next one is high level of interactivity. This is to encourage the users to spend more time in using the system. The third one is ease of use. So the primary purpose of the DSS is to present information for the customers in an easy to understand way. So uh, having this attribute, the DSS is beneficial because it can be programmed by the user to generate many types of reports based on the specifications needed by the user. The next attribute is efficiency and effectiveness. So DSS are intended to improve the accuracy, timeliness, and quality and overall effectiveness for a specific decision or set of related decisions. The next one is ease of development. So under this attribute, the DSS should be utilized with less effort on the part of the user. And then another attribute is extendability, support for modeling and analysis, support for data access, standalone, integrated, and web-based. So as a standalone, integrated, and web-based system, a DSS delivers an interactive and scalable platform for rapidly developing projects. So these are the characteristics of a DSS. Support for decision makers in semi-structured and unstructured problems. So we have already discussed about the programmed and non-programmed decisions. So again, it helps the decision makers in identifying and solving problems and making decisions. The next one is support for managers at various managerial levels, ranging from top executive to line manager. So managers have different areas of responsibilities. So they make use of this system to be able to organize data needed by their organizations. So they make use of this system to make even to make decisions from simple to complex problems. The next one is support for individuals and groups. Less structured problems often requires the involvement of several individuals from different departments and organizations. So under this, the DSS is beneficial not only for individuals but also in groups, and is also being utilized by even, of course, by large companies that need to have a systematic way on how to come up with decisions. Support for independent or sequential decisions, support for intelligence, design, choice, and implementation, and support for variety of decision processes and styles. So the decision support system has a lot of benefits, and to name a few, the DSS improves efficiency and speed of decision making, since everything is being controlled by the user. So and necessary modifications can easily be done. So the decision makers can easily come up with a decision whenever it is needed. It increases the control of competitiveness and capability of futuristic decision making in the organization. So since it is being done in a very systematic way, so there is a certain level of competitiveness on the part of the organization or the user who utilizes this system. It facilitates the interpersonal communications. Moreover, it also encourages learning and training. So, given the fast-paced technology, everybody now needs to be at least be familiar or be adept in using the modern technology. So, using this system allows them to have additional training and learning. Another one, since it is used in non-program decisions, it reveals new approaches and set up new evidences for an unusual decision. And lastly, it helps to automate managerial processes. So um, through the DSS, we no longer do things manually, and instead, uh, most of the most of the decisions now are based on automated processes where the managers rely. These are the components of the decision support system. The first one is the database management system. To solve a problem, the necessary data may come from internal or external database. So in an organization, internal data are generated by a system called such as the TPS and the MIS, or the Management Information System. So whereas the external data comes from a variety of sources such as newspapers, television, um, and online data services, as well as in database. The next one is the modern management system. It stores and accesses models that managers use to make decisions. So such models are used for designing manufacturing facility or the financial health of an organization. And also an important example of this is forecasting demand of a certain product or services. And lastly, support tools. Support tools like online help pulls down menus, user interfaces, graphical analysis, error connection mechanism, and facilitates the user interaction with the system. So any one of us can make use of the support tools such as the online help. The classification of the DSS. We have the text-oriented DSS, the database-oriented DSS, the spreadsheet-oriented DSS, the solver-oriented DSS, rules-oriented DSS, and the compound DSS. So these are being utilized depending on the need of the user or the organization needing the system. The types of DSS. The first one is the model-driven DSS. It is a system that has a special module for analyzing quantitative data in order to get answers for two particular questions. This module can perform what-if analysis, which can modify or create input data in order to arrive at a desired result or calculations, physical tests, processes, simulation, and some other kinds of analysis. The next one is the data-driven DSS. Under this type of DSS, it deploys large repositories of organizational and environmental data in order to find out new relationships and patterns. So again, it serves as a large repository of data. One widely used data repository is called the data warehouse. So once a data warehouse is created, software for data mining is applied. Another area aspect of our report focuses on communication. Communication underpins knowledge management. The communication of information is the process through which relationships are instituted, sustained, altered, or ended by increases or reductions in meaning. The purposeful activity of conveying data, information, and knowledge across space and time. The act of leveraging various technical or natural means such as oral, written, and nonverbal forms whichever is available or preferred. So now that we are experiencing a global crisis, technology made it possible for us to still be able to effectively communicate to everyone. So using different platforms. So one particular platform is the social media, which we widely use globally in order for us to still relate with other people across the globe. Data communication, or the DC. Data communication is the process of using computing and communication technologies to transfer data from one place to another, and vice versa. It enables the movement of electronic or digital data between two or more nodes, regardless of geographical location, technological medium, or contents. So again, under the data communication is it is wherein the technology is being used in order to transfer data from one platform to another and from one place to another. These are the fundamental characteristics of data communication. The first one is the delivery. The system must deliver data to the correct destination. The second one is accuracy. The system must deliver data accurately. So meaning there must be no lapses or loopholes with regards to transferring data. Data must always be transferred accurately from the sender up to the receiver. The next one is timeliness. The system must deliver data in a very timely manner. Components of data communication. The first one is sender. It is a device or person that sends the data. It can be sent using a computer, telephone, or a camera. So there are various devices that we could use to be able uh, to send data or our message. The second component is the message. It is the information or the data to be communicated. It may be an image, a text, or audio, or a video. The next component is the receiver. So this is the device or the person that receives the data being sent by the sender. The next is the medium or the transmission media. So this is the physical path by which the message travels from one source to another. And lastly, the encoder or the decoder is the set of rules that govern the data communication. It provides agreement between the sender and the receiver devices. These are our references. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope that you have learned something from our report. Thank you.